Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Rithi. I'm your law mentor and I will be taking up a session today. Now, that is pretty much with regards to what after law. It's very important for us to know because we see what after CLAT actually. So, the idea here is that a lot of you have already given your CLAT exams, you've already given your ALIT exam. So, now what are we supposed to do further? Some of you might have scored very well. Some of you who might have not scored that well, where, understanding this idea that you wanted some institution and you might not end up into that institution, which is fine, which is not a problem at all. So now that I'm saying which is not a problem at all, what do I mean by this? Let's just dive into the session and understand everything. So today's session, I am going to make you understand every part of, the journey ahead. And now understanding firstly, let's understand the exam in general. What was CLAT and what was ALIT? Understanding this year's CLAT exam, it was comparatively very easy. Something that we did not expect, and now we are seeing that, we have something which was just beyond our basic understanding or basic knowledge as to what prediction, basically, basic prediction as to what can the exam come. So now that we are seeing this thing, what are we seeing here? The CLAT 24 exam this year was comparatively pretty easy. The good attempts or score that we see is somewhere above 95. Similarly, what are we seeing? Cutoff for NLS Bangalore, which is considered to be number 1 here, is beyond 100. So if you're scoring somewhere above 100, you know for a fact that you are going to end up into a good law, national law university. Questions were pretty much direct from the passage, as we all had discussed this during the analysis as well. I am hoping you all must have seen the analysis where we discussed every bits and piece of the passage, not only the passage, but paper in general. Knowing the same thing, coming to the ALIT part, what did we see? It was definitely easier than the 2023, last year's paper. Here, what are we seeing? The LR most verbal reasoning questions with few questions on law. So there was a little bit of twist. Of course, English had some bits of the vocab questions here, and GK, both the places. In fact, for CLAT as well as for ALIT, we saw that in GK or in the current affairs, we had history attached to it. So this is a general overview about both the exams and a small analysis of both. Now coming to the main part of the session today, that is, now before I move ahead, a lot of you here, I know for a fact that, a lot of you students, I have had conversation with you guys. Please remember this thing. This is not the end of the world. This is nothing. It's okay. Whatever you have scored. If you've scored best, good. If you have scored even a little less, it's fine. It's genuinely fine. Trust me when I'm saying this, because it's okay. This is just a start. This is the beginning of the most beautiful journey that you're going to see in the next 5 years. So it's completely fine when I say this thing. It's okay. Now, when I'm trying to say all of these things, what do I mean? Before I enter into the other parts, now we have already discussed about our CLAT and ALIT. Now understanding the main focus, because there are many exams that are in pipeline, and I know for a fact that a lot of you can not only attempt this, but can get through it and get into the institutions. Now, the first exam that I'm planning to discuss with you all, so it falls under the ADLAT. What is this? Additional Law Entrance Exams, okay, or Additional Law Aptitude Tests. Now, what are these exams? The first one is the Law School Admission Test for India. That is commonly known as LSAT India. LSAT is one of the most prestigious law aptitude tests that not only India, but a lot of institutions, rather many institutions outside India opt for this. So always remember, and we have already launched the program and we have started with this thing, not only for LSAT, but for the next one as well, that is Maharashtra Common Entrance Test. I'm requesting you all to kindly go through these things, and you will find a lot of information about this from our all the educational advisors as well. So don't worry, just give them a call, or try to come to the center, have a discussion, because both the programs have already been launched and you can avail these things. So why don't you join in? Because both the exams will give you an overview. Now you know for a fact, when I'm saying Maharashtra Common Entrance Test, it is limited to the state of Maharashtra only. When I'm talking about LSAT, majorly there are a lot of institutions across India who take admission via LSAT exam. So please have a look at these things. Coming to the next part, that is Symbiosis Law Admission Test, that is SLAT. Symbiosis Law Admission Test, if you will see, very soon Symbiosis has already declared and released their application. Soon we are also planning to release a video where we'll give you a complete guide as to how you expected to fill the form and every other details about it. But coming to this thing, Symbiosis, as we know, there are multiple branches of Symbiosis. But there is one common exam. If you give that exam, depending upon your score, you are decided as to if you are a student of the Pune branch or of Hyderabad or of Noida or other places. Similarly, coming to the fourth part, which is again another prestigious institution and another prestigious exam, that is NMIMS LAT or NMIMS Law Aptitude Test. This is another important exam, and similar to Symbiosis, we see something here that if you give their aptitude test, you will be scored according to your marks. You will be decided if you are staying in the Mumbai campus, which is the main campus, or in the Navi Mumbai campus, or in the other campuses across the nation. Next is the CUET, that is the Christ University Entrance Exam, not only for Christ but for other institutions as well. This is a common entrance exam that they think of, that other institutions have opted for. So discuss these things. Now we have some students who have joined in from Rajasthan as well. That is why I've given this one more exam, that is Rajasthan University Law Entrance Test, which is again similar to the Maharashtra Common Entrance Test. You have a state level test that you have, and here Rajasthan University will help. So here the Rajasthan University's test is there. You can take up this test and get enrolled for their law programs. Similarly, we are seeing ICFI, another institute which is growing a lot. So ICFI's law school admission test, that is also called as ILSAT. This is also another institution where you will see this institution across many states. It's there in the southern part of India, it's there in the central part, as well as in the northern part of India. So another growing institution. Next we see that is LPU and NEST. That is the Lovely Professional Universities National Entrance and Scholarship Test. So the institution is giving not only entrance as well as, depending upon your score, you are also eligible for the scholarship as well. So another private institution who has their own entrance exam. Next is the Banasthali Vidyapit aptitude test. This institute, if a lot of you don't know this thing, this institute is, so the founder of the institute is from the family of Mahatma Gandhi himself. So the institution forms like this, and here we see Banasthali Vidyapit has a law school. So you can, even a lot of students who come from Rajasthan can think of this. Next we have Army Institute of Laws AIL LET, that is Army Institute of Laws entrance test. Now this institute is again spread across at a lot of places, from Mohali to Pune to other institutes, other locations. You can also think of this. Then we have VMRF Law Aptitude Test. That is another exam that you can think of opting. Now some of the institutions are only their institution based, or for but on the other hand, if you see LSAT or if you see MHCET, these are all exams that you can not only opt, but from these exams your gate to a lot of institutions open. But for example, for Symbiosis, for NMIMS, or for ICFI, or for LPU, that is Lovely Professional University, you will see that they are only limited to their specific institution. So think of these things while you are applying for the exams. Now, why do I say all of these things? Of course, I'm going to answer the questions very soon, but I just want to give a brief of these exams, because now there are some institutions who also take your CLAT score. For example, your NMIMS College of Law or NMIMS School of Law. NMIMS School of Law takes your CLAT score. But again, if your scores are very, very low, or if your rank is like very high, then your, and on the other hand, if your NMIMS law aptitude test ka score is a little better than those scores, I would suggest, why don't you opt for this score? Because your admission rate and getting into a better location becomes higher than your CLAT scores. Okay, so choose wisely, discuss these things, and opt for these exams. Because again, all of these exams are from India's one of the top law schools. Okay, now understanding these things, I have, before I again get into other, dwell into the other aspects of today's session, it is important for me to tell you, to all the students, that look, you must focus, because your focus itself is a superpower. Now, what do I mean by this? I know for a fact that you've focused a lot and prepared a lot for the last 1 year, some of you for the last 2 years as well, for your CLAT exam or for your ALET exam. Come whatever may, whatever happen, it's just a matter of the next 6 months. In the next 6 months, all of these exams will be done, and in the next 6 months, for a fact your fate or your future will be decided. So, and I know for a fact that a lot of you have your 12th entrance. Some of you must have already given your 12th exam. That is fine. But for a lot of you who have your 12th boards coming in, it's important that for the next 6 months, we put in 100% of our focus. You do that, and you know for a fact that you're getting enrolled into the best law institution. Now, coming to this thing, I want to give you a brief about, I have put in a lot of institutions across India. Okay. Now, this has no relation with only one specific state or one specific location. I have given it across India. If you want some more updates, if you want some more knowledge about it, if you want some more other institutions specifically to your state, feel free to connect to me. That won't be a problem. But currently, I'm giving you the top institutions. The first one here in Mumbai is Kirpi Mehta School of Law, that is NMIMS. It has multiple branches. As I told you, they accept your CLAT scores. The next is Nirma Institute, another emerging, growing law institute, which is in Gujarat. The next here that we are seeing is India International University of Legal Education and Research. Although they are not accepting your CLAT score, but this is a BCI's. So Bar Council of India have opened a university of their own in Goa. They have a small exam that is there in-house. If you give this exam, you are enrolled into this law school, which is India International University of Legal Education and Research, which is located in Goa. So a lot of students can also think of opting to this. The next is BITS Law School. BITS not only accepts your CLAT score, also has their own exams to give. So you can also opt for that exam. The next is UPS Dehradun. UPS is another university, petroleum education studies. That is another institution which is very known, famous, and grown across the nation, known as well. So please think of opting, please think while you are, opting for institutions. The next is University School of Law and Legal Studies, that is Indraprastha University, Delhi. Okay, that is Delhi University. The next we are seeing is ICFI Law School. As I told you some time back, ICFI have their own test, as well as ICFI is located in Jaipur and other places as well. ICFI is in Hyderabad, ICFI is in other places as well. So please have a look at this. The next is BGU Law School, Jaipur, and next is NIMS University, Jaipur. Now coming to, I have some more institutions. Some is the one is another famous known place, that is KIDS or Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology, Bhubaneswar, that is Odisha. So we'll see this thing that KITS is another private law school, very famous, very known. Savita School of Law or Savita Institute of Medical and Technical Sciences in Chennai is another growing law school and known law school. The next is IIM Rohtak. IIM Rohtak has a wonderful program that the students can think of opting. Now, this is specifically for the students who are thinking of opting for BBA LLB. Okay, one of a unique blend that they have. A lot of IIMs don't have something like this. IIM Rohtak is the first one to start something like this. So IIM Rohtak is another institution for students who are thinking of opting BBA LLB. Okay, the next is IMS Unison University Dehradun. Dehradun as a place has a lot of institution. ICFI is there in Dehradun, UPS is there in Dehradun, IMS Unison is there in Dehradun. All the three institutions are very famously known. The next that we are seeing here is Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, that is GGSIPU, New Delhi. So Delhi University as a whole has now started with law, 5-year law. So you can even think of this. The next is Army Institute of Law, Mohali. Apart from that, not only the Mohali campus, but other campuses are also famous. The next is Amity University, Haryana. Amity University is a little known, so parents can think of opting. It is for the parents who are in the northern part of India. The next is Sastra University, Tanjavur, in the southern India. Tanjavur Sastra University is another very good law school. Okay, all of these places are not only famous for their curriculum, but also for their extra curriculum. So parents can think of these institutions, not only parents, but students as well. Another institution that I have not mentioned here is NFSU, that is National Forensic Sciences University. They have a lot of branches. The branch in Delhi gives you BA LLB. The branch in Gandhinagar, that is the original branch, that is where you can opt for BSc LLB. Now the blend here, or the better part here, is that the institution focuses on forensic sciences. Forensics as a field of law is growing a lot. So parents can think of opting to these institutions as well, or students for that matter. Now a lot of you who come from the law background or from the sciences background and want sciences as a part of your curriculum, you can think of opting these, to these institutions. Now coming to the last bit of this, so it is important for you to also know these things, because that there are institutions who have already begun with their forms. There are institutions who are planning to very soon release their entrance exams, or just general form where they are taking the CLAT score. So it becomes important for you to keep these things handy, so that you are not wasting even a minute. The first one is, of course, the college admission form that will be available on the website or provided by the college physically. So please have a look at this. The next is, of course, your CLAT's original admit card and the result. Both the things are important. I'm requesting you guys, if you're planning to put your application form at 2-3 places, take a print of these things and keep them ready. The next is, of course, the printout of the registration form. The next one is the attested copy of your 12th class mark sheet and passing certificate. Attested copy may, sometimes the institutions allow self-attestation, the other times you need some government attestation. So please take a look at this and keep them ready. I would suggest keep 5 to 10 copies ready, because this is not only required now, post your admission also, at the time of verification and all these things will be required. So keep them ready. The next is, of course, the attested copy of your 12th mark sheet and passing certificate. Now, I know some of you will have this question that, ma'am, I am just giving my exam currently, so it will not be required right now. You will require this later. But at least whatever you have for your 12th, keep it ready. For the students who have already completed your 12th, you can keep your mark sheet and passing certificate ready. Of course, your original migration certificate will be required, because that is what you will be submitting to the university. Okay, so your original copy of migration, and keep 2 Xerox copies of them ready, because you will need one for yourself. The next is photocopy of the reserved category. So if some of you come from the reserved category, keep a copy of that ready, because you will have to submit that to the institution if it is asked. The next is, of course, your address proof, where a lot of institutions have made it compulsory that you have to have your Aadhaar card or some other address proof as well. Okay, so that will be required for your guardians as well as for yourself. Now, the students who have a year gap, if the institution is asking for a year gap affidavit, please take a format of that and keep it ready. Okay. The next is your recent photographs. Please go and click good passport size photographs now, because you will require that for the coming years. Okay. So keep them ready. The next is your original character certificate that you get from the institution. Okay, so take that original character certificate, recent original character certificate from the institution, and fee receipt, which is obviously required. In case if you're facing any problem, feel free to connect to us anytime. It was lovely connecting with you all. Thank you so much. And yes, please, students, it's a genuine request to you all that don't feel disheartened. This is not the end of anything. This is just the beginning of the most beautiful phase. So have some faith, try to connect to these institutions. Please keep looking, please keep searching for these things. And anytime you feel stuck, all your faculties are here. Every center, all the teachers are available. All the educational advisors are available. Anytime you feel that you are not able to understand, you're stuck somewhere, give us a call, come to the center, meet us. We will help you with the best. So trust us, trust the process, and the same is for the parents as well. Trust us, trust the process. We will guide you with the best. Okay. We will see you in the next session soon. But and please stay updated. Please keep looking at the YouTube channel, because there will be a lot of process-based videos that we are going to update soon. And as I told you earlier as well, we have started with the LSAT and MHCT program. So just have a look at these things. They will help you for the further, coming processes. Okay then, bye-bye. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for today. Thank you so much.